XRP ETF on the horizon. What does David Schwartz think about 2024, guys? So we have a lot to talk about in today's video. First things first, from the head of research at Uphold, guys. He stated that today begins the biggest bull markets in crypto history. Just a thought. Wait, what? That's insane, guys. Right? So is he in the know? Now, first things first, why would he say this today? Right after Bitcoin falls? And what's interesting is, here's 32k Bitcoin, right? 32k Bitcoin is like over here, guys. Everyone and their grandmas, guys, have been setting their buy limit orders upon these levels, right? 34k, 33k, 35, 36, 31k, 30k, guys. Will the whales give them that, right? And then they push it back higher. Or will the whales not even make it go down there? And today begins the biggest bull market in crypto history, just a thought. So there we go, guys, right? So I'm definitely not bearish as of right now. Yes, maybe when the damn rate cuts begin, guys, but not yet. Not for me, at least, not financial advice. Now, here's something pretty crazy, okay? Check this out. Now, in this video, they talk about how Robbie Mitchnick orange-pilled Larry Fink, which is why he stated that we have a spot Bitcoin ETF as of right now, right? Because of Larry Fink. Now, who did that, guys? Robbie Mitchnick. Now, what does that mean? Well, if we go back here, check this out. Robert Mitchnick, head of digital assets at BlackRock, a previous Ripple employee, guys, right? An ex-Ripple employee moved on to BlackRock, and he's the head of digital assets over there, guys, right? Which is why he quote-unquote orange-pilled Larry Fink into liking Bitcoin. Now, XRP Athenian Mitchnick calculator puts XRP at $15 on $40 billion volume, guys, right? Now, this is insane. This is insane because let's not forget that Mitchnick helped create an XRP price calculator, guys, right? BlackRock is going to be all over XRP. So BlackRock loves Bitcoin, and literally the head of, what is it called? Digital assets over there at BlackRock, guys, was an Ripple employee, right? An ex-Ripple employee. That's insane. Now, within this model, they talk about how XRP could be at a higher price, guys, right? A fundamental valuation framework for crypto assets. And we see right here, quote, all models are wrong, but some are useful, end quote. Wow. Exactly, right? So this model is most definitely going to be useful, guys, right? Which is fascinating. Now, check this out, though. Robert Mitchnick, ex-Ripple employee, head of global digital assets at BlackRock, knows nothing about XRP, a token working with banks globally, guys. Exactly. So this is where who comes into play? Charles Gasparino. Something to keep in mind about my question to Larry Fink about starting an XRP ETF and his non-committal answer. Larry barely knows that XRP exists as a cryptocurrency. Wait, what? That doesn't make sense, though. We just connected the dots here, right? So someone's not telling the truth here. Who could it be? He's just a little more fluent in ETH status in the crypto ecosystem, so he knows more about Bitcoin and Ethereum, but not XRP. Even though they got an ex-Ripple employee working at the head of digital assets there. Interesting. Now that might soon change, but don't read too much into what he said. So, you know, the best part of this interview, right, is not Larry Fink's quote, I can't, but quote unquote, I can't, but telling Charles Gasparino that if he was allowed, Gasparino wouldn't like the answer, and you don't want me to, right? Because he knows Gasparino hates XRP and Ripple. Fascinating. Now, if we move on, guys, but when it comes to XRP, no one can comment, right? Why? It's because Bearable123 said, guys, the one cryptocurrency that shall not be commented upon is going to change the world. So that gives us a distraction of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and every other coin out there because people can comment on it. But there's only one coin that they never speak upon. Why? That's another confirmation, guys, that XRP is truly the chosen coin out there. We have seen videos of people withholding comments for whatever reason. Why is that? Fink didn't say what is XRP. He said I can't comment. There is a there. Don't let all these people who continue to lie about it and distract you. Exactly, guys, right? Now, even Larry Fink isn't the only one who can't talk about an XRP ETF. Why? Because Brad Garlinghouse can't either, guys. Wait, what? So no one can? Even the person who was the CEO at Ripple, guys, wouldn't even talk about an XRP ETF, right? If he can't, no one else can. Why? So this just tells us that there is a order above, guys. Order above these people, right? And these are just merely the puppets, which they obviously got the call to not even speak a word on XRP. Or about XRP. Fascinating.
I think it's a certainty.
Is it?
I'm not going to put a horizon on the time, but I think there will be other ETFs for sure.
An XRP one?
There will be other ETFs for sure.
You guys see?
An XRP one?
I love this game to play. Look, I am very optimistic. That's fine. Look, the sad part of that.
He didn't speak on it. Right? Exactly, guys. BlackRock only. So here's the game plan. Ripple probably told Michnik to go to BlackRock, right? And then there's like a domino effect, guys, right? Ripples in time, right? Interesting. A butterfly effect, guys. And now they love Bitcoin. If we go back here, check this out. This is him, guys.
Most people recognize that out of all the developments in the blockchain and digital assets ecosystem, DeFi is potentially the most transformative, right? It's also in some ways the furthest afield from being able to kind of have widespread adoption. But unlike, in the early days, permission blockchain use case here.
Exactly, guys. Basically, he's talking about the traditional financial system, right? We see all this money, guys, trillions upon quadrillions of dollars, will have to move to where DeFi, decentralized finance, cryptocurrencies such as XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum. I mean, mostly probably XRP, guys, right? Why? Because of the use case it has, the utility, guys. They're literally going after everything. Now, the only reason why they got a spot Bitcoin ETF is because of Robert Michnik, right? Which was ex-Ripple employee. There you guys go. As you guys can see right here. Oh, not to mention, I know you forgot about, he was the person who created, what? Look at this, guys. He was the person who created the XRP price calculator. So obviously, if he got Bitcoin correct, right, he's obviously going to tell Larry Fink about XRP. He already did, honestly, right? And we see all the connections between everyone, guys. Larry Fink with the WEF, Brad Garlinghouse with the WEF as well as Ripple. Just extra confirmations, just a cherry on top, guys, right? Now, Baba Cooks comes out with, this is why I got into crypto. This is why I don't care about price. This is why I wait patiently. This is why I chose the coin who befriended bankers. This is why I chose pay no attention to speculation. I bought XRP for when it is used in a regulated environment. Until then, no matter what happens, I don't care. Eyes on the prize, guys. Exactly, right? The next step is the tokenization of financial assets from Larry Fink, guys. Literally, that means everything, right? The housing market, the car industry, guys. Literally everything will go. It'd be integrated onto the blockchain, right? And that's where traditional finance meets decentralized finance. Who's going to be positioned for that perfectly, guys? I'm guessing XRP. Why? Because of regulations, right? Regulated clarity, all those sorts of stuff. So things are looking quite well. Now, listen to Brad Garlinghouse though, because he literally stated, this is the most insane thing, guys. Ripple's working with the largest central banks in the world, and XRP will bridge central bank digital currencies. As soon as they could start, XRP's price could easily glide to 4 to 5 digits. I still believe in a 4-digit XRP, guys. The only reason I do is because I believe there will be an implosion of the traditional financial system. When that happens is when they move onto or into decentralized finance, right? Cryptocurrencies and whatnot. So let's listen to this, guys, and let's talk about it further here in just a second.
The macro environment around custody digital assets is expected to be close to $10 trillion by the year 2030.
$10 trillion.
And inevitably, people are going to need a place to store those assets, and safe, secure, and they're going to be able to transfer them as well, having good on and off ramps. even a tokenization engine, some of the work Ripple is doing around central bank digital currencies or CBDCs. So we think there's a lot of pieces that come together. And we already had, and I remember when you and I first spoke, I remember being on a call with one of the largest top 10 banks in the world, and a bank Ripple was already working with, and they were asking us about could we help them with their custody. This is prior to the METAco acquisition, and we weren't in a position to do that. And so we think about that synergy, the ability to say to that,
Whoa, a bank came to them and said, can you guys help us with our, digital asset custody? And they weren't in a position to do that. That's why they bought METAco.
existing Ripple customer, hey, here's a best-in-class, going head-to-head, time and time again, and winning on the custody level, to be able to bring that product to them, I think is a great opportunity for the two companies together. So,
Wait a minute, that's so fascinating, guys. Now, over here, David Schwartz talks about what is he looking forward to 2024, which we maybe talk about in just a second. But first, he was interviewed by Thinking Crypto, right? You could tell David feels a lot of pressure off his shoulders since the SEC case is pretty much over. Two things that I believe from watching this interview, I still haven't watched the full thing. I watched like a little bit of it, guys, but I just skimmed through it, but I may have to watch the full thing. Now, David thinks XRP can be a world reserve currency. Have to look at that very closely, guys. I have to go listen to that part. But Ripple had absolutely not pivoted from banks as well, right? So we're not going to watch it as of right now, but when we go to banksters and whatnot, guys, look at this. Breaking, David Schwartz says HSBC is now a strategic partner for Ripple, right? Massive things happening behind the scenes, as we see right here. Quote, Ripple has partnered with several central banks around the world. Some we have announced, some we haven't yet announced, guys, right? And this is why XRP will literally overtake everything. Who else is doing what Ripple is doing, guys? Right? Building the infrastructure, guys. As we see, the pyramid. Ripple is targeting literally this right here. The base, the infrastructure. Once this changes, right, and Ripple is in control, everything else changes as well, guys. Right? So it's like they're building out a pyramid, right? Becoming builders and stuff. But let's go back here. This is where he talks about METAco acquisition, guys.
Applied, but new growth is all going to be, we're very focused right now on blockchain settlement.
Now, there was news of Ripple's acquisition of METAco last year, and then partnering with HSBC. What can you tell us there? And is HSBC going to be using RippleNet or the XRP ledger in any way?
That has been, that was so exciting. We knew we needed some sort of a custody solution. Ripple trying to be like a sort of one-stop shop for institutional adoption of crypto and trying to provide a platform that would provide access to the XRP ledger, to tokenization, to payments, particularly. Like there had to be a secure custody solution in there somewhere. And so we looked at many different companies, and then in May we acquired METAco. It was a huge acquisition, $250 million, Ripple's largest acquisition ever, and obviously it was fantastic. It was kind of funny because when you first do an acquisition, you're not exactly sitting on the same side of the table as the company that you're acquiring. The same thing that banks learn. In the early days of Ripple, another thing I learned talking to banks is that a lot of banks don't care about payments. Seriously, like you might think, well, what do banks do? What they say is, we want you to deposit your money with us and sort of leave it here. And payments are expensive and they're slow, and customers complain when we can't do them. So we just won't be very good at payments. We'll be a great bank, but not very good at payments.
Do you guys see how Ripple is thinking like a bank, guys? Which is quite fascinating. We were one of the few where a lot of people were excited, but we were actually excited about this acquirements, guys, right? Which is another step upwards.
And what they learned very quickly is that why would I keep my money at a bank that isn't good at payments? And what they discovered is that if I don't keep my money at a bank, I'm not going to go to the bank for a loan. It used to be if you needed a loan, you would go to your local bank that you had a personal relationship with. Virtually nobody does that anymore.
Right.
Like the world has changed. And I think the same thing happens with custody. Like if you want to get all these associated businesses, you're going to go to the place that has your cryptocurrency. You're going to look for their liquidity services, their payment services, their connectivity to on-ramps and off-ramps. That's going to be the first place that you're going to look. And so by adding custody, that's going to make Ripple the leading enterprise solution provider in the space. So, I'm just so super excited about that.
Basically meaning that Ripple is going to be everything, guys, right? A household name. XRP will work behind the shadows, it seems as.
What are you looking forward to this year?
Well, regulatory clarity, a resolution to the lawsuit, obviously, would be. There is some reasonable chance that Ripple's lawsuit with the SEC will be resolved in 2024. Still could be appeals, I suppose. I mean, whether that would be resolved, I don't know.
No, I don't even know what's happening, guys, with the case. Probably it's going to get resolved this year, right? As we did hear from David Schwartz, but they're basically trying to delay it, guys, right? So we'll see what happens. I'm not even too updated on the case. I mean, to be honest, it doesn't even matter because it's a whole damn show. So things are looking quite clear on the horizon. Do you guys see the blue skies, right? The clear skies, the sun shining, guys. But never financial advice. What is guys? Hope you guys amazing. See ya.